Hello everyone at the Chugwater Valley Church, and greetings to Pastor Mike. It's a real honor to be able to touch base with you all and give you an update of our ministry. Thank you for highlighting us this month and praying for our needs here. Just want to report that God has been doing some wonderful things. This past Sunday at our Tilloarchy Church, we're pastoring two churches, so our morning service, we really had a special move of God. Our little sanctuary is bursting at the seams. We had about 9 first-time visitors in our service. I preached from the book of Philemon, and the title of the message was From a Slave to a Son, talking about Onesimus, the runaway slave. At the end of that message, the majority of those first-time visitors moved forward to the altar to pray to be saved. That was such a blessing, and we thank God for that. And some real exciting things have been happening. And here I'm at the Las Uvas Church, which is the second church that we come to on Sunday afternoons to preach. And the Lord has been working some wonderful things here as well. Over the last year and a half, there's been several young people who have gotten saved, have been delivered from a life of drugs and alcohol, and they have gone through their discipleship and have been baptized and have been faithfully serving in our church here. And one of the exciting developments within the last 6 to 8 months has been many of those are now leading what we call cell groups or house churches. We have about 5 house churches, and each one of our converts is a leader of one of those groups. And that has helped them to develop spiritually, learning how to teach, how to preach, and how to lead small congregations. So that's really been exciting, and we thank the Lord for that. And from the cell groups, we have had new people in our churches and several converts as well. So pray for the cell groups, pray for our leaders. Their names are Rosa, Miguel, Daniel, and Luis. Pray for them that the Lord would continue to use them, and also another man by the name of Juan. That those 5 leaders, the Lord would continue to use for His kingdom. One of our third churches that we are overseeing is a church an hour and a half away in a place called Las Delicias. The pastor Roberto is doing a phenomenal job. God is really moving in that community. Right now we're working on a pig farm project there. I don't know if I told you about this when we were at your church, but we bought some property near the Las Delicias church, about a little over 3 acres, and we want to develop that land into a farm for pigs, also for chickens, and we hope in the distant future to also put in some tilapia fish. And Pastor Roberto will be overseeing that farm, and as we start generating money, that's going to help support him and his family, and also support other future pastors that we want to train and send out to plant churches. And so we've had a donor kind of support this whole project, and it's been a real blessing. We have a well dug now, 450-foot well, and right now Roberto's working on building a water tower right next to the church, and we got a huge tank that we're going to put up on that tower, and we've already talked to the community, and they have agreed to buy water from our farm. And so they'll have running water in the community, first time, and they are excited to actually have their own water, because many of them have to go to ponds and to contaminated streams to get their water for drinking and for washing clothes. But now we'll have clean well water to give to the whole community, and that will also be another income for the church. So we thank the Lord for that. I just want to mention a special prayer request. This morning, I talked to Roberto on the phone, and his sister's boyfriend, this morning when he left early for work, was shot and killed, shot through the head. And of course, this has really shaken the church and the community. And we ask that you would pray for this family, pray for Roberto, and pray for the church, that through these troublesome times, that people who are not right with God would meditate on that and realize that they too need God. And the verse came to my mind today, seek the Lord while he may be found, while he is near. And that's what we want our people to do, and we ask a special prayer for that. There's another church that we're connected with 4 hours away in a city called San Pedro Sula, and they are in desperate need of your prayers. The pastor there has moved to the States to pastor another church. He moved almost 2 years ago, and ever since then they've been without a pastor. It's a struggling congregation. And the leaders there are asking for prayers. One of the leaders is a lady by the name of Marina, who has been sick. She has diabetes, and also she has kind of like an infection in her leg. She's had it for a long time, and due to her diabetes, she's not able to really heal correctly, and it's been a long, drawn-out process. So we ask that you would pray for Marina's healing, that God would touch her leg, and also that God would encourage the church in San Pedro Sula. So that's just kind of a quick update, a lot of other things that are happening, but we definitely appreciate your prayers, your giving, your interest in missions. It's not in vain what you're doing. God is listening to those prayers and answering those prayers, and we deeply appreciate it. Thank you so much, and we just want to say that we love you all very much, and thank you for staying in contact with us. And being such a missions-minded church, we deeply appreciate it. May God bless you all, and may you continue in your fervor and your love for Jesus Christ. Thank you so much.